right now, and I'm going to mute myself and let you fire away, girl.
All right. So most of you, can everybody hear me? Hear me? Okay. So most of you know me, but the ones of you who don't, I'm Christina, and my actual upline coach is Rhoda, and then she's under Danielle. And I think I started 2.5 years ago. I think April was 2 years. So I started off pretty strong. Like the first 3 months, I got my Success Club starter, so I earned a free ticket to Summit. So I went to Summit the year before for free, which was super awesome. And then and I made Diamond like a month before Summit. So I made Diamond in 11 months. Now I'm telling you all this because I was super excited. I was like, wow, look at me go. And then, so it's okay. It can happen. Exactly. So it can happen. I'm building back up now. Of course, the momentum from Summit is amazing. And so one of the speakers that I listened to was Allie Upham, who you know is like our upline. And it was about keeping our challengers as long-term, either customers or becoming coaches. And so I was like, oh, maybe that's what I'm missing, because I got all these people, which some are still with me, and a few of them were out of the gate hard and heavy, and they're not even coaches anymore. They're doing a different thing, which is just crazy to me. So I just wanted y'all to know that some people can go really, really fast to the top, and they may not stay there. So this is a consistent, you've got to work on it. So with what Allie said, I was just all keyed in. So she said that she presented it like a car, which was super awesome to me. So, you know, like on cruise control, paving the road. I mean, she used all those terms like that, which was nice because it resounded in my head. It made it stick. So you have to have goals. When you sign somebody up, not only do they need goals, but you need goals. So you want to keep your challengers engaged. That doesn't mean just for your challenge group. Like I'm about to start a challenge group on Monday, and it's only going to be 4 weeks because then we have the September one starting, so I'll have 2 for a little bit. And I have to keep those challengers engaged, not just my 4 weeks, but hopefully, you know, they're lifers. So to do that, you have to ask them questions. She said on the very first day, you ask them, what results are you looking for? So you remember that. You write it down. However you keep track of your people, if you use Evernote or if you write on notebooks like I do, I write everything in a notebook, then you need to write that by their name. And then you have to keep reminding them that this was the result they were looking for. Because I feel like the reason that my business might have slowed down so much was because I forgot about me. I put my fitness on the side and my why on the back burner. And I was focusing on my team, you know, on building instead of, hey, why did I start this? So she said, ask them that and then remind them of what they were looking for, why they started this. Also, empower future coaches. When you're in that group, you know who those future coaches are. She said, create a coach watch list. So I actually have a list right here. This is for my September group. I don't know, can y'all see this? All these names. So these are all the people that I have messaged and that have said they want to be in my September group. Now, one of them I wrote coach beside. Now, honestly, I wrote coach beside her because she's been in my challenge groups before and she wanted to jump in on this health bet. And she also is a military spouse. So I'm a military spouse. I'm in it with my military discount. And so that's my tribe. Those are the kind of people that I attract, people who, you know, are like me. So I wrote her down as a coach prospect. So Allie said to make sure that you kind of have a coach watch list, and you'll notice that they're the ones in your group that are encouraging their peers. They don't need any help. They're naturally born coaches. Then she said, inspire transformations. And that's different for everybody. Again, depending on who you attract, if you attract people that are heavier set, then they're going to be focusing probably on losing weight. But if you focus on people who are already pretty healthy, then their transformation is going to be different than that other person. Theirs is going to be on how many people can they help. I don't know how many of you know my mom in this group. She's not very vocal in the group, but she lost tons of weight, and now her goal is to be a personal trainer. So she's working, and she's 56 years old. Yeah. So she's working on being a certified personal trainer. So that's her goal now. So ask them every day that you're in the group, you're reminding them, and you individualize stuff to them. So I wasn't doing this in my challenge groups originally. I just posted my stuff and went about it. But she actually suggested, she said you can do it however you want, but messaging your challengers, personal messages, or Voxing, or whatever works for you, daily, weekly, every other day, set up a schedule. That way you're in contact with them, and you individualize the group to them. So if they post, hey, I did 21-day fix, lower extreme today, then you're going to send them a personal message and say, hey, I saw that you did this. What was your favorite part of it? Or just something. And it doesn't have to be a long conversation. It's just that you let them know you care. The other thing she said was that we set the pace as the leader. So you have to get in the driver's seat, you have to lead, you have to drive, and you have to set the expectations. Give them mile markers. She requires that they check in with her weekly, not on weight necessarily, but any goal that they set. But they have to check in with her weekly. So you have to give them milestones and tell them what you expect from them. It's like a mama and her babies when you first start out. And they need you more. They need you to change their diaper every 2 hours, and they need you to feed them. But then as they get bigger, which is what we're trying to do, long-term success, you're getting them off of you. She said after you set the mile markers and you require the check-ins, then you start weaning them off. And she asked them, she tells them, if they're like, why are you checking in with me so often? How can we help you succeed if we don't know how you're doing? So if someone's like, hey, why are you checking in on me? You can say, hey, I'm doing this for everybody because I don't know what you need if you don't let me know what you need. And then she says, set the cruise control, be predictable, schedule your post. I still use Hootsuite. I know there's other schedulers out there, but I live in Alaska, so like right now it's 5:30 here, and so like it's 9:30 where Danielle is. If you're in Central, 8:30. So I have a lot of lower 48 challengers because I lived in Arkansas for 30 years. That's a big base of my friend group, and so I make sure that which one did you say was good? Postcron.
Postcron is another one for scheduling. I found that Hootsuite could be confusing to people who aren't technologically advanced like myself.
Okay.
Postcron is another one. I mean, they're both free and they're both great. I've used both of them. I just find I handle Postcron better.
I'll have to try that one. I haven't tried that one. I've found Hootsuite. I've made it work for me. Yeah, but whatever works. How does that work? Tracy will help you with that after, but you can actually schedule posts. But we'll help you with that. Okay, so anyway, if you schedule the post, even if you're not physically on, your challengers are like, oh, she's going to post every day at 4 a.m., which is my time, but 8 a.m. their time, and they know it. And they need that predictability. They need to know that you're there for them. So, okay, so this requires you as the leader to set focus time, to schedule your posts, to how are you going to do things. This is my first group that I've run with other coaches, and I actually had to sit down and show them my schedule, because I've done it for so long now that this is how I do it. Well, all these coaches were like, hey, we want to do this with you. Tell us what you do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, what you do week 1, week 2, week 3. So it was great for me to have to write it down. Now I've saved it so I can just send it out. And yeah, so this is why you're doing this. You're being predictable now so you can teach them how to be predictable later. Like you said, Tracy, show me how to do this. So Danielle and I have been doing it for a while, so we can show you how to do it. Okay, so even though you're leading, you have to protect your time and your energy. She said, if you don't set the boundaries, then your life is going to be consumed with this. The same thing with your business. You have to say, this is a 9-to-5 job, or, you know, for me, I get off work at 5. So I have focused time in the morning, I have focused time in the afternoon, and then I have, you know, about an hour in the evening. That's worked for me. I'm also pretty much always on my phone, so I'm okay with answering them right away. But Allie said she's not. She said her phone goes off and she gives them like an automatic voice response, and it says, oh, this was a great question. Next time, if you post it in the group, others may be able to help you. And Allie said that so much, and I was like, oh, wow. So she said after about 2 times of someone doing that, they start posting it in the group so others can help them. Sounds like Allie. Okay, so she said, because you can't run on fumes, you know, just the same way with our health and nutrition. If we're not fueling our body, well, if you're not getting sleep because, oh my goodness, if I don't answer this challenger right now, they're going to think I don't care. No, your people that you've attracted are probably just like you, moms or new wives or, you know, whatever your niche is, and they understand that you're busy. And that's all you have to say to them is, hey, sorry, you know, I put the kids to bed at 8 o'clock. We all understand. We do that. Okay, so what do you do if they stop engaging? And that is where, how many of us, everybody can raise your hands, have started a challenge group, either been in the group ourselves or ran one, and people have fallen off. I mean, oh my goodness, and it's so frustrating. Yes. So she said, what do you do? So you have to define their finish line. Paint the vision by sharing how your life would be different without Beachbody. So she made us all close our eyes. Everybody was crying. It was a wonderful Beachbody Summit moment. So she made us all close our eyes, and then she said, envision what it would be like if you walked out these doors and Carl and all of them were outside and they said, we're done, we're shutting the doors, Beachbody is no more. How would your life be different? And then we had to write it down, stand up, and find a complete stranger and share that. And of course, it was just a unique bonding experience. But she said to share that with your challengers. Let them know not only your passion and your drive, but what part does this fill in your life? So, you know, like I said, that I mean, this network of people that I've met we have a great Christian core group here that I can go to not only about Beachbody stuff, but about real life stuff. And they understand me. They get me. I need that in my life. And so that's what, you know, that's what's missing for me. I would be lonely. I would be empty. I would probably be 100 pounds more than I am now. I mean, just things like that. And when you share your heart with your challengers, that's what they remember and that's what they connect to. Okay, so she said, create the challenger watch list and be bold and take the leap. No matter if you're running a 21-day group, if you're running a 4-week group, whatever, it doesn't matter. When you get to the last week or the last day, put it out there. Hey, if you want to continue this journey with me, it doesn't have to stop right now. And you can say, I will message you if you want more information. You can just go ahead and take the leap and message them, but it doesn't hurt. Okay, guys, so at Summit, they gave us the big health bet. And Rachel, I can't see if Rachel's on here right now because I only have it minimized. But Rachel, I messaged her and I said, hey, I'm really struggling with this. You know, I feel like I've messaged everybody I know. Long story short, where I live, there are a lot of people that are Beachbody coaches. And so I just felt like I was running out of options. And so she sent me what she said. And then, of course, you know, you alter it to how you want it to say. I sent this to people who I have messaged in the very beginning, and they are interested. The people on that list, 75% of the people I just showed you on that list of 27 names, and that's only through like 7 letters of the alphabet in my Facebook. They're interested. And is that your list? Yes, I know. And those people, yes, they were people I messaged before. And I'm like, where have you been? And one of them was like, oh my gosh, I've been watching your post and I just didn't know how to say anything on there because I didn't want my mom to see because my mom does plexus. And I was like, So private message people. That is what I have learned. Post every day and then private message them, because they're okay with being a secret Beachbody customer. You know what? And one day they'll be bold enough to tell their mom, Plexus is not good, do Beachbody. But anyway, that was a side note. So she is in this challenge group that starts Monday, and I'm so excited, and bought a challenge pack. So yeah, so she can tell her mom how much better Shakeology is than pink drink. So anyway, she said, when you take the action, oh, I have to flip back. Sorry, I'm getting off my points here. So the rules of re-engagement. So they lost engagement. You painted the vision for them. And she said, recognize that it's not you, it's them. There are going to be some people that you can pour your heart out to, and they're just not ready. They're not ready to hear it. Some of us in this group, me included, were one of those people. I had to have drove Rhoda crazy. Yeah, I see other hands going up, because I said, oh, I'm not going to drink that Shakeology. I'm not going to do this. I just want to work out at home. I had a broken ankle. I didn't want to go to the gym. Long story. So anyway, it took her a while. And I go back and look at my post before I was a coach. And I was like, I had to have driven her crazy. I was doing everything a coach was doing, but I wasn't her coach. So reach out and connect with their why, and realize that if you just don't get them, it's okay. Let it go. Let it go. The golden question, she said, like when you feel like you're completely exhausted and you just are really tired of messaging them, she said, ask them, what is the number one thing that is stopping you? So ask your challenger, why aren't you doing this? What is the main reason? It could be finances, it could be their spouse, but ask them. Recommend personal development for them. Okay, so that was something new to me. I do that as a coach, and I recommend that to my coaches in my downline, but I've never recommended personal development for a challenger. And she said, personal development's good for everybody. It doesn't have to just be a coach. She said, yes, it's great as a coach. It teaches us how we do things, but everyone needs personal development. So she said, you know what? If Beachbody's not for them, then recommend a book. And she said, Power of Imperfections is her favorite one. Power of Imperfections. And I don't remember who she said that was by. She said you can get it as an ebook though. And then rewrite their plan. So if they told you they wanted to lose 20 pounds in 6 weeks and they quit on week 2, then help them change the goal. So you know what? Come back. Let's do this for the next 4 weeks. See if you can lose 10 pounds. Try this book. You know, she said just rewrite it for them. She said, you know, if they're saying no to you anyway, just push it just a little bit further. She said, what's another no? Then she said that if they go MIA, then you tag them the first day. The second day, you leave them a voicemail. This is going to get good, because I was like, are you kidding me? The third day of them being MIA, email or a text message. And the fourth day, either take a card and put it on their door or send it in the mail. And she said, and then that's it. She said, you give them 4 days. Do not let them rent space. Let it go. And then we all know our beautiful Allie. She started singing Let It Go from the stage. Frozen. She's like, here it goes, Frozen. And she started singing. So one day they're MIA, tag them in a post. Second day, leave them a voicemail. Third day, email or text them. And then the fourth day, you know, snail mail or take it to their door if you live close enough to them. And she said, and in that card, just say, I love you, I care about you, and I am here when you need me. Don't let them take up space. You have other people who need you. Okay, so what you focus on expands. I had to think about that. What you focus on expands. So if your group is focused on being like, I don't know how many of you follow me and see my post, but right now we're being positive. There is no negativity. It's not happening. It's all about being positive. So I am focusing on that. And I believe 100% that that is going to expand. It may just be my small little 1,000 friends that are on Facebook, and I have no idea how many followers I have on Instagram, but we are going to be positive, and that is what our focus is on. So what you focus on expands. So you decide at the beginning of your challenge group what the main focus is going to be, and it's going to happen. She said, you know, she's run thousands of groups, and that's what she believes, and that's how it works. Okay, so we're almost done. I promise. I never know how much time I have on these things. So take action. So she said, before you get to that last week, you yourself have to take action. You have to say, this program is ending. I am going to start and finish whatever program. So for like me, on August 15th, I am starting Hardcore 22, and I will finish the 8 weeks. Matter of fact, I'm going to probably do 9 because I think I'm going to throw the Hell Week in the middle and do that like at the end of my challenge group, just so I give my challengers something to push for that one more week in the middle of the health vet. So she said to write it down and to show them, whether you do a cute little slide, whether you hold up a sign, but to say, when I finish this group, I am starting and finishing this next program. And then she said, do it, because some of those challengers in your group are going to be following you just to see if you did it. And if you do it, those are the ones that are going to pick up and become your long-term customers. All right, that was fast and furious. Does anybody have any questions? Can they unmute themselves, Danielle?
Let me, I will, I'll unmute all. So that
Okay.
way, if anybody wants to talk and ask a question, you can go for it. You're all unmuted.
I just went on the website and I scheduled a post, so hopefully it'll come up tomorrow morning.
There you go. That's awesome.
Yes, I was sitting here listening to you, but I was trying to read and do.
Yeah, I'm totally a multitasker. That's fine. Oh, thanks. Y'all are so sweet. I love this group. Y'all don't even understand. Like, this has seriously changed my life in so many different ways.
That was so good, because I feel like this is something that when you've been in it a while, I mean, you know, Christine, you've been doing it for 2.5 years. I've been doing it for 4.5 years. Like, challenge groups are supposed to be fun, and sometimes I'm like, wah, wah, wah. I mean, not that I don't like them, I do, but sometimes it just becomes a wheel in the cog. I don't know, is that the right expression? And it shouldn't be, because this is our opportunity to change lives. So I love these ideas of just making sure we really are engaging in people. And something else that I've been trying to do more is we have our TAL tribe, so Team Abundant Life Tribe group. If you need a place to put someone after your challenge is done, we can just all work that tribe group together. And if you're not in there, I can put you in there. But like, that can just be an ongoing place for people who, you know, maybe they don't want to keep going with a hardcore group, but they just want a little encouragement. Like, we can run that tribe group together and just keep that going. And even if someone doesn't want to like buy a program, but they want a little accountability at first, that's a way for you to offer them something. Say, that's okay. You can be in my tribe. I'll love you and encourage you. When you're ready, you come back to me and tell me when you want to do a group with me.
You know, so I can add 2 people. I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I can add people to this. I was just about to ask this earlier today.
The Team Abundant Life Tribe, because you're in there, right, Tracy?
Yes.
You can add anybody in there. It's just our little, like, and I would say if you add people in, just make sure you're like posting in there. Like, I'm trying to be better about posting at least a motivational encouragement, tips, whatever, educational, every single day, every other day. And if we all work together on that, it's not going to be a chore, but it's offering value. And that's something I'm learning in the social media training I'm doing right now. You want to offer value to people. And that's what we do in a challenge group. And, you know, if it's not in our main group, then we have the opportunity just we throw people in there and all love them together. And who knows? And I was actually thinking I might go through there and see. I was like, oh, I should go through there and see if I got any people I can reconnect with. But that was really good, Christina. Thank you for sharing that. I needed that. I needed those reminders so much. Anybody else? Any more questions? Oh, if you have a lot of feedback. I don't know what's going on there. Hold on. Oops. There.
Is it called Tile Team Builders?
You might have gone on that tower. So,
Hold on a sec. I'm going to mute all for a second.
watch that one angle of those.
Okay. Hold on. Let me unmute you. Oh, am I unmuted? All right. Hold on. What's going on? Okay. If you speak, I think you can unmute yourself. Sorry. I'm like having all this trouble getting feedback. I don't know what's going on. It is called TAL Tribe. Are you in that one, Tracy? Oh, you're muted. I lost you.
Oopsie. I think so. I'm looking at it now to see.
Okay.
So
I would say if you want to be added to that, just post in Team Abundant Life. Say, hey, add me to the tribe. And then actually, Christina, I was going to ask you, you said you wrote down what you're doing, like for your groups. Like each week, you said, so that you can share with your coaches. Oh, I can't hear you. You're muted now.
Okay, yes. So I wrote down like my Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday theme. And then I did for 4 weeks, like we talk about water, nutrition, exercise, and putting it all together. You want me to put it in the file?
That'd be awesome.
I can do that.
Anything we can do to help everybody out, you know,
Yeah, I can
because
totally do that.
it's always good to have that. I am going to be testing something out for challenge groups. So I'm going to do a test run with the health bet. So I'll let you know how it goes. I'm not going to like put it out there yet. I want to see how it goes. But I'm excited. So we'll see. It's actually maybe make it a little bit easier and a little bit more one-on-one with people, kind of like what Allie said. But I loved her 4 steps to like, you're just leaving it up to them. And we don't need to chase people. That's not our job. We don't need to chase people. You can love people, you can encourage people, you can check in with them, but don't chase them because they have to want it. And it has to be their decision in order for them to actually keep going with it. You cannot pull people along in their weight loss. You cannot pull people along in their health. And even in coaching, you cannot pull people along. We all have to just make that decision. And that's the hardest part of it because we're all helpers. We all love people and we want to drag them through the mud and say, do this because it's going to help save your life. But we can't do that, unfortunately. We can try a little bit, but we're all going to get muddy in the process. So.
Hey, because you brought up the health bet, Juanita actually asked me this. One of her coaches wants to run it with her, but you can't do that with that challenge tracker, can you? You can.
2 coaches, yes, you can have coach admins. It's super easy in the challenge tracker. If you're not, I really like my challenge tracker. I like that you can schedule posts right there. People love being able to log their workouts in Shakeology. And you can have more than one coach administrator. They just added that. It's super awesome. So that way 2 of you will be in there. You can both schedule posts. You can, when it posts, it'll say coach. You both message people. You can add your own people. It's fabulous.
So whoever Juanita adds will be hers, and whoever Juanita's coach Jill adds will be hers.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's great.
Juanita?
So team up for the health bet. You know, I think that's a great idea. You know, especially if you're a new coach and you're like, I don't know what's going on, I will have a health bet team. I don't want it to get huge because it's hard to keep track of people then, but if you're really still feeling unsure about it, let me know, or even say, I want to team up with someone and coach Team Abundant Life, and we'll try and pair people together. I mean, we're a team. We can work together on this. But I'm telling you, talk to people about that health bet. Like, Christina, this is my list. These are people who I had messaged about the health bet and said yes. And the oranges are people who are either committed or bought challenge packs. I mean, either people who are like, oh, I'm going to buy Shakeology. I ran out. Or, there might be people who have ordered Shakeology from you and they haven't been doing it for a while. What a great opportunity for them to say, oh yeah, I love Shakeology. That's right. I'll do the health bet,
Yeah.
So, and maybe they'll be recommitting. Maybe it'll be just that extra push that they need to commit. And then maybe they'll be your coach on your team. You just never know. I I love the health bet. And, I've had some people like naysayers, whatever. Oh, well, we're not going to get that much money, blah, blah, blah. You're going to get your health. I mean, I've been telling people that. Okay, so who cares if you only get $1? You'll have a month of consistency in your life. That is worth more than its weight in gold. And I've been just sharing that with people. I've been upfront. I'm like, you're not going to win $1 million, okay? But their pot is there. We'll probably get some of it if we're consistent. And I bet people aren't going to be consistent. So that means more money for us, right? I mean, I don't think we need to scam people and like, oh, you're going to get rich, but we can just share. You're going to gain your health. And that is what's awesome about it. So anyway, I know I'm like preaching to the choir here. So I'm all fired up. All right, I'm going to end this call and go get a shower because I am a hot mess from being at the beach and working out and all that stuff today. But thank you so much, Christina. This is awesome. I will try and get this up by tomorrow, the recording. I have a little trouble on my husband's computer loading it. It like takes a while. But I'll try and do that. But just go out there and change the world. That's what we get to do every single day. You are making a difference. There are people seeing your posts every day that aren't saying a word. They're just watching you. They're creepers watching you. And you know what? One day they're going to come to you and say, I'm ready. And then it's like, yes, that's what you want. So anyway, take on the world. All right. I love you all. I will have the recording up as soon as I can. Mwah.